Good morning, all of you. In today's class, we will discuss blood gas analysis using ABG analyzer. This is one of the demo. So, with contents number BI 11.16 and BI 11.19. So, ABG analysis is an essential part of diagnosis and managing a patient's oxygen status and acid-base balance. Disorders of acid-base balance can create complications in many disease states, and occasionally the abnormality may be so severe so as to become a life-threatening risk factor. So what are the acid-base disturbances and all we discussed already in previous classes. So it is used to test effectiveness of ventilation. So indications of ABG analysis to assess ventilatory status, oxygenation, and acid base status, and assess the response to an intervention and regulate electrolyte therapy, establish pre-operative baseline parameters, sudden dyspnea, cyanosis, abnormal breath sounds, sudden or unexplained tachypnea, diffuse infiltrates in chest X-ray. These are the indications of ABG analysis. So, contraindications of ABG analysis are negative results for Allen's test. So, this is the test we usually do before the draw the blood sample from artery, radial artery by occluding the arteries. So, if the negative results of Allen test means we don't do ABG analysis, and bleeding, diathesis, and AV fistula and severe peripheral vascular diseases, absence of an arterial pulse, infections over the sites. These are the contraindications. When these indications occurs, we don't take usually blood sample from the arteries, radial arteries. So, components of arterial blood gases mainly pH, it may then PCO2, that is partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and PO2, that is partial pressure of oxygen, bicarbonate, and SaO2, that is saturation of oxygen, base excess. These are the usual components usually estimated using ABG analyzer. So, choice of site. So, where we can get the blood, where we collect the blood. So, most preferred one is radial artery, which is smaller in size and easily accessible, and can be compressed to control bleeding, less risk for occlusions. So, for ABG analysis, we only collect blood from arteries. So, arterial blood gas analysis. So, we will usually collect only from arteries. So, most common one is radial artery because very small in size, and another arteries are femoral artery and brachial arteries. So, sample collection. So, first, a proper blood sample for ABG analysis consists of 2 to 3 ml of arterial specimen collected anaerobically from a peripheral artery, ideally radial artery, in a heparin rinsed syringe. Ideally, glass syringes should be used because a gas exchange is likely to occur with plastic syringes. Any air bubbles introduced during the sample must be promptly evacuated. So, local anesthetics such as 2% lignocaine should be used during the sample collection. If repeated analysis is required, we have to use different site or insert in a arterial line. So, procedure for collection of blood from artery. So, holding the syringe and needle like a dart, Use the index finger to locate the pulse of radial artery and then insert the needle at 45 degrees angle approximately 1 centimeter distal to the index finger, which is used to locate the pulse. Then advance the needle till a blood flashback appears in the syringe. Then allow the syringe to fill to the appropriate level, like 2 to 3 ml. Okay. Then withdraw the needle and syringe and immediately close or recap the needle to prevent air entry and apply firm pressure for sufficient time to stop the bleeding from the artery. In hypertensive patients or who are taking anticoagulants, bleeding may be prolonged more than 5 minutes. So we have to hold that much time, sufficient time to stop the bleeding. Then transfer the sample immediately to the laboratory and should be analyzed within 10 minutes for accurate results. What are the complications of ABG analysis or for collection of samples is excessive bleeding or hematoma at the puncture site. Next, vasovagal attack and nerve damage. So infections at the puncture site and also drop in blood pressure, sweating or pallor that may be precedes a loss of consciousness. These are the complications associated with the ABG analysis for collection of blood. So parts of ABG analyzer, that blood gas analyzer, arterial blood gas analyzer. Here you can see they contain different electrodes for different different ions. So this is for PO2, this electrode for PCO2, pH, and this is the reference electrode, sodium and chloride also there. Then these are standard calibrators, etc. Then so here we have to introduce this sample, then it is analyzed in different sensors or electrodes which is present. Then this can be electrical signal transferred to the amplification unit, then transferred to the CPU, where from there analyze the electric signal which is coming from reference electrode, that is standard electrode, and also from other electrodes, which is then give the display in units, then it will give printout. So procedure for ABG analysis in ABG analyzer. First we have to mix the appurnizer sample gently to avoid air bubbles in the syringe, and we have to check the sample whether it's clotted or not. Only unclotted sample only we have to use. If the sample is clotted, avoid the test. So check the machine is ready for measurement of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and pH should be active. So these electrodes should be active. Then press the machine syringe button in the analyzer. Then push the sample slowly into the probe of the machine till a beep sound is heard. Then remove the syringe. Wait for the printout of report. So this is a you can see here is a ABG analyzer, and this one is electrodes which are present in the ABG analyzer. Here is the sample port where we have to feed the sample. This is from syringe. Here is the report display and also printout, ABG report printout. So mainly pH, PO2 and PCO2 remaining are calculated parameters. This is a okay. So normal blood gas values. So normal blood gas values are different for arterial, venous, and capillary. So pH is in arterial blood 7.35 to 7.45, in venous it's less 7.31 to 7.41, whereas in capillary 7.35 to 7.45. So PO2 is 75 in arterial blood 75 to 100 mmHg, whereas venous PO2 is 36 to 42, whereas capillary less than arterial PO2, that is less than 75 to 100, whereas PCO2 partial pressure of carbon dioxide, that is 35 to 45 in arterial blood, whereas venous blood, that is 45 to 50, because carbon dioxide is more in venous blood. So capillary is 35 to 45, is same as arteries. So 20, so bicarbonate level in arterial blood pressure is same for arterial, venous and capillary blood. So base exchange is +2 to -2 in all arterial, venous and capillary, that is +2 to -2 milliequivalents per liter. Whereas saturation for oxygen is 95 to 100 in arterial blood, venous blood is 60 to 80, and capillary blood, in capillary blood is less than 95 to 100%. So interpretation of ABG result is, first we have to check the pH, whether it is acidosis or alkalosis. Then we will check for respiratory component or metabolic component. Then stages of compensation. Then simpler mixed disorder and also oxygen status. We have to interpret like that. Then here you can see disturbance of acid-base balance with compensatory mechanism. So acid-base disturbance may be acidosis or alkalosis. Acidosis may be respiratory. Those may be respiratory or metabolic components. So in respiratory acidosis, pH decreased and PCO2 increased. So then compensatory mechanism for respiratory acidosis is increased bicarbonate level and increase in renal bicarbonate reabsorption. Whereas for metabolic acidosis, is pH is decreased in acidosis and bicarbonate levels is primarily bicarbonate level is decreased. For compensation, so decreased PCO2 level and hyperventilation is the compensatory mechanism for metabolic acidosis. In respiratory alkalosis, pH is increased and PCO2 is decreased. So later, for compensatory mechanism, bicarbonate level is decreased and decreased renal bicarbonate reabsorption. Whereas in metabolic alkalosis, pH is increased and primarily bicarbonate levels is increased in the blood and also increased PCO2 and also then hypoventilation. These are the compensatory mechanism for metabolic alkalosis. So come to the anion gap. So anion gap is the difference between the unmeasured anions and unmeasured cations. The most important unmeasured cations includes calcium and magnesium. And the major unmeasured anions are albumin, sulfate, phosphate and organic anions. So the anion gap is calculated by sodium value plus potassium minus bicarbonate plus chloride. So sodium and potassium are major cations and bicarbonate and chloride are major anions which are measured. So normal anion gap ranges between 8 to 16 millimoles per liter. So causes for high anion gap, metabolic acidosis. So these are the conditions. So renal failure, diabetic ketoacidosis, lactic acidosis, aspirin poisoning, amino acidureas, organic acidureas, methanol poisoning, and use of certain drugs like corticosteroids, furosemide, thiazides and salicylates. So causes for normal anion gap, metabolic acidosis are diarrhea, renal tubular acidosis, carbonic anhydrase inhibitors, use of drugs like antacids containing magnesium, chloropropamide, iodide and lithium. So causes for decreased anion gap are hypoalbuminemia, multiple myeloma, hypercalcemia and bromide intoxication. So these are the questions usually asked in ABG analysis. So diagram should be write it in white page left side, drawing left side, whereas other matter in right side. Thank you.